This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our friends over at Atlas Plant Trainer, the top customizable plant training and support system for your legal cannabis cultivating needs. To learn more about buying an Atlas Plant Trainer yourself and how to sell them at your dispensary or grow shop, just open up growbiggest.com. That's growbiggest.com. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Wednesday, November 29th, 2017, and you're tuned in to episode 382 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. Our top story of the day is the disclosure made yesterday by embattled cannabis software provider MJ Freeway, who announced that it had just discovered a data breach into its systems that occurred last November. MJ Freeway has had a rough last year or so as its 1,000 or so dispensary customers have been hit with waves of outages and outright data loss and theft. Yesterday, the company published a notice to its customers detailing last year's data breach that they say they just found out about. Stolen was certain client data, including customer and patient's date of birth and their contact information. MJ Freeway says that no credit card data was part of the breach. The question of allowing for the social use of marijuana in the state of Alaska is being kicked down the road just a bit more after the state's Alcohol and Marijuana Control Office neglected to take back up their conversation about allowing it at a meeting held in Anchorage yesterday. The next time the office will meet to consider allowing businesses to offer space for their customers to consume cannabis is later in April. Alaska has been toying with the idea of public social use for the last year and a half or so, but has cited the unfriendly Trump administration a number of times as a reason for holding back. I'm sure we'll be picking right back up on this story later in April. Our final top story of the day swings us out to Maryland, where the Washington Post has a good story up about the impending launch of that state's medical marijuana program. As rocky as the road has been for the state to get here, Maryland medical marijuana patients are just days away from being able to walk into a dispensary to get their medicine. In full disclosure on this one, the Post's piece focuses on the launch of a dispensary owned by Green Thumb Industries, which just came on as a patron supporter of MJ Today Media, actually this morning. I'm friends with one of their partners, though that fact had nothing to do with me reporting on the story today. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz it in headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, the Atlas Plant Trainer, the top customizable plant training and support system on the market. The Atlas Plant Trainer is a modular system that allows you to quickly and easily snap together a strong support structure in whatever configuration is going to promote your plant's growth the best. By spreading out your growing plants, you'll open them up to more light and, as a result, harvest bigger yields. In our business, that equates to a lot of extra revenue, which makes your decision to buy the incredibly affordable Atlas Plant Trainer the easiest yes you'll make all year. If you have a dispensary, grow shop, or other legal cannabis retail outlet, you need to be carrying the Atlas Plant Trainer because your customers are going to buy a lot of them. It's one of those things that you see and say to yourself, oh yeah, that's totally how it should work. I want one. No matter if you want to buy or sell the Atlas Plant Trainer, your first stop should be their website, which you can find over at growbiggest.com. That's two words, growbiggest.com. All right, time for the blitz. Newly elected New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, who has made numerous statements in support of taking quick action to legalize adult use marijuana via his state's legislative process, just hired a well-known marijuana advocate as his new chief of staff. Governor-elect Murphy just announced his pick of Pete Camarano, founder of the New Jersey Cannabis Industry Association, as his chief of staff. Deborah Borchardt over at Green Market Report has a good piece up looking at some of the reported marijuana sales data from this past week's Thanksgiving holiday. Of note are 3 days in particular: the day before Thanksgiving, which some are calling Green Wednesday, the day after Thanksgiving with its traditional Black Friday moniker, and the Monday following it all, which has taken on the name of Cyber Monday in recent years. Of those 3 high sales days, software company Baker is reporting that Black Friday came out on top in terms of overall sales volume. Swing on over to Green Market Report for all the numbers and details on this one. Colorado's Fourth Corner Credit Union, a state-chartered financial institution headquartered in Denver, has been in the marijuana news headlines a number of times over the last few years for their efforts to specialize in servicing state-legal marijuana companies. In 2015, Fourth Corner was denied a so-called master account with the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank, something that's necessary for fully interacting with other financial institutions. The fact that the credit union was to extend services to legal marijuana companies was the stated reason for their denial. Marijuana Business Daily is reporting that the credit union is back at it, this time with a slightly pared-down focus on doing business with marijuana advocacy groups. They have a pending lawsuit against the Kansas City branch of the Federal Reserve Bank, asking that they be permitted a master account. This is an excellent story to swing on over for the full read. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. Marijuana activists in North Dakota just submitted a draft petition yesterday asking voters to legalize adult use marijuana. If accepted by the state's Secretary of State, the petition's supporters would need to gather 13,452 valid signatures from North Dakota voters in support in order to get on next year's ballot. Leafly is a good long-form piece up looking at the impact that a licensed medical marijuana company in Canada is having on its local economy. Licensed medical marijuana provider the Kronos Group is cleared to produce 11,000 pounds of cannabis per year, but are working on an expansion plan calling for that total to increase by a factor of 9 by the year 2018. It's another good story to open up in full. Tom Angel over at Marijuana Moments picked up on guidance just issued by the Oregon Liquor Control Commission regarding the operation of marijuana cultivation and smoking contests in the state. If your world involves either of those two things, this is yet another good story you should probably dive into directly. And finally for today, Indiana's governor just released a statement informing retailers in his state that they have 60 days to remove all CBD products from their shelves. The announcement from Governor Eric Holcomb comes after the recent decision by his attorney general that CBD products are just as illegal as those containing THC. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, the Atlas Plant Trainer, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing on over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in and starting your day with Marijuana Today.
One take, Shay. One take.